German police raid church service with over 100 maskless worshippers.
Here's a summary of the article.
Police broke up a church service of around 150 worshippers in the town Herford, in the western state of North Rhine-Westphalia, on Saturday evening. A police statement said more than 100 attendees were facing charges for violating coronavirus restrictions on congregating, social distancing and communal singing. Under Germany's lockdown rules, up to 20 people can attend such services indoors, as long as hygiene and social distancing is adhered to. According to police, the large group in Herford, which included children, were not wearing face masks or observing distancing regulations, and were singing at times. Germany's strict lockdown through the December period saw many Christian festivities popularly enjoyed across the country cancelled, such as Christmas markets, Advent rituals and nativity scenes. A similar incident occurred at a Pentecostal church in the western city of Essen where police broke up a congregation and issued almost 60 notices for lockdown violations. Germany's 16 states have a mandate to decide their own coronavirus restrictions.
This post received a score of 29,000, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Greater than shortly before Christmas, a similar incident occurred at a Pentecostal church. It didn't say what type of church the current incident occurred at, but looking at the picture of the building, it doesn't look like a regular Catholic or Protestant church.
It's apparently a small local church organization called Gemeinde Jesu Christi, sic. Mainly for Russian-origin immigrants, not Russian Orthodox, appears somewhat evangelical.
These Russian German Protestant, evangelicans, be it Mennonite or Baptist, they are extremely widespread and present here and they all don't give a shit. There is this pastor of a local church living next to my mother's house, and the whole congregation used to keep coming by every second Sunday or something to their house and do fuck knows what. Had to pull my own best friend out of such a cult growing up and his family almost disowned him for his betrayal, not that they had much left since they give all their savings to the church so their mob priest can drive his S-Class Merc. Quarter of my family are Mennonites, however more moderate ones.
Good to know there's high-quality lunatics everywhere and not just here in Burgerland.
Maskless worshipper sounds like an RPG trash mob.
First strike. Each upkeep, roll 1d6, then place that number of +1, -1 counters on any number of maskless worshippers.
This has happened twice with the Catholic Church here in Iceland. The Catholic bishop sounds like a COVID denier even though the Pope himself has told his followers to take this seriously.
Well clearly the very vessel of God's voice on earth is wrong about that stuff, and about leaving the gays alone, obviously. It's the same as how you're supposed to ignore any part of the New Testament you don't like while reading way too much into the most archaic and bullshit parts of the Old
i.e., the Old Testament doesn't mean shit all, love your goddamn neighbor. We include it for context and because many of its laws happen to be justified under Jesus' teachings and therefore still useful, but it has no verbatim force. It makes me feel bad for people who actually follow the teachings of a church. What is the point of sending these people to Sunday school when they just take the vague concept of God and run with whatever they want?
That is why it is called the New Testament. How do people not understand that? Oh right, because religion is about power over others and their obedience to them, and nothing to do with being a good person. New Testament actually says the Old is to be fulfilled, not just abolished. IDK, where all these theists are getting their happy-go-lucky version of the Bible. Or even second-hand interpretation from their shepherd.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.